Hello, snowboarders of the internet. I'm your host, Avran LeFeber, and this is the review of the 2020 Now IPO binding. I rode this binding on my Arbor West mark at Copper Mountain on a late day in the spring, so it was a little sunny, a little slushy. There was some moderate wind to it. In terms of adjustability, you have the standard flip cams for just lengthening or shortening the strap. You also have high back rotation if you want it. You can adjust where the toe straps sit by pushing down and pulling up in the placement. And then if you really want to dial it in, you have multiple options for the bushings on the bottom from soft, medium, and hard, which will change the flex just a little bit. The toe strap is rubber, so when you tighten it down, it pulls across the boot shape. That way it contours just a little bit better. The heel strap is that new age injected heel strap, so it's not got a lot of material to it. It's not really going to stretch out or anything. It just sort of flexes over the instep of the boot and really dials you in. The ratchets work smoothly and never really locked up. They climbed well. The only issue that I ever had was the release on the toe ratchet. Sometimes it would hang up a little and you had to put a little more pressure to release it, but these were new bindings, so I assume that it would break in over time. The one thing I really didn't like was that it's a press down release on the toe and it's a one finger quick release on the heel. The overall flex of this binding is surfy all mountain. You can drive with it when you need to, or you can be a little bit laid back and really just sort of finesse your turns, kind of just be a little more lackadaisical with it. It's not one of those boards where you have to aggressively drive it. It's not one of those bindings where you have to aggressively drive it in, but you can when you want to. You'll notice right away, though, with the skate tech that you do get more power transmission from toe to heel with it, so that does affect the drive. The high back is a little bit shorter, so it cups the bottom of the calf muscle and the back of the boot a little bit different than a taller high back. You don't really have to worry about any calf bite or obscene pressure that you get back there. It was nice. It did its job. It's got a little bit of rebound into it, a little bit of flex. It's kind of an all-mountain flex to it in that high back. I would classify the ride of this binding as surfy all-mountain or surfy precision, if you will. You can be laid back and kind of just slowly drive into it, or you can be a little more assertive and really push into it and be precision-based and really drive those carves or do a slashy turn. It's not a bad binding. It's actually kind of versatile in the fact that the ride of it can be either surfy or precision based. So who's this binding for? It's for the all mountain rider, someone that wants one binding to do it all. I will say that the lateral flex on this binding was a little bit much. It just didn't have that support that I usually like out of a binding. But other than that, the response from toe to heel is amazing. You can feel that skate tech work. You can really drive extra pressure down into your edge when you're just carving or just cruising the mountain. It's not a bad binding, it's just not the binding for me. This has been my review of the Now IPO. Do you agree with it? Do you disagree with it? Do you own some? Are you going to buy some? Leave me a comment down below. Let's have a conversation about this binding. If you're new here, remember to subscribe, click the bell, get those notifications. That way you're not missing any of the videos we've got coming out for all you snowboarders of the internet. And if you'd really like to support us and you want to see us grow out our content offering and everything we're doing over here at Angry Snowboarder, swing on over to Angry Snowboarder VIP. It's the best way to support us. I could tell you more here, but I've got a video over there that explains it better. As always, I've been your host, Avran LeFeber, and I'll see you in another video.